Now you're in the space that you said is predominantly white middle-aged male. And
Yeah.
now so did you ever feel like, not an outcast, but you were outside in the comic space and then outside in your own space personally?
Yeah, I mean, I think younger me
Mhm.
was much more afraid to
Yeah,
really lean into being a nerd the way that I am now presently. Like, you get older and you just stop giving a, you know what I mean? Like it's like, yo, this is who I am. This is
yeah,
what it is. As a kid, I was a nerd. Anybody who knew me would know it, but it wasn't something I could flex the way that I can now. I tell kids these days, I'm jealous, bro, because it's like it's cool to be a nerd now. Like I had comics in the bag, but you'd have to know me to know they was in there. You know
sure,
what I mean?
sure,
Like,
sure.
and I knew who in school I could talk to about nerd things, but it wasn't something I was as vocal about. It was, I think, harder for me later in life because of the spaces where, I would go to, get comics and collect them where I felt othered. You know what I mean? It was like stores I would go to where it's like I'm looking for community to talk about these books and get excited about them. And it was like I felt like I was being rushed out the door. I wasn't being engaged with. My homeboy and I talk about him, Marcel, my best friend I went to high school and college with. We just felt like, our passion for comics was sort of unfulfilled. And rather than begging people within these spaces to accept us to create those communities, we were like, yo, let's go create one ourselves. And
Yeah.
in some way invest in this space, own a piece of this space, and create the type of community we wanted to see. And that's kind of what we did.